Why is it so hard to talk about something that's truly new? In my next series of videos, I'm going to be exploring how non-duality and native wisdom fit together. There are really lots of people who have fabulous things to say about non-duality, and there are starting to be amazing native philosophers, wisdom carriers, who are coming to us and bringing the reality of the native worldview into mainstream thought. Why is it so hard to see how these two things connect? Why is it so hard to talk about it? It's because there is no precedent. I mean, take it from law shows, right? Nobody else has really talked about this. As far as I know, I've never seen anybody else make this connection. So I have to kind of just invent it as I go. I think it's Andrew Cohen who talks about a groove in consciousness, that until there's actually, a bunch of different brains working on a problem together, that it's really, really hard to express it. And actually, he's a really good case study, because Andrew Cohen is the one who started talking about the evolution of consciousness itself. And he had to work decades to really learn how to talk about it and to try to get people to start seeing how it works. Now, everywhere you go, everybody's talking about the evolution of consciousness and how consciousness itself is evolving and things like that. So you kind of can create a groove in consciousness. As a matter of fact, I can create a groove in my own consciousness simply by talking about it in YouTube videos. Because I notice, I have this idea in my head, trying to take it out of, that place where consciousness and the subconscious meet, where I truly understand what it is I'm trying to say, how to take that and put it into the language that we share, which is English. It's hard. It's hard to think of how do I say it? So I'm going to be saying it in just as many wrong ways as I can possibly come up with. And hopefully what will happen is that those of you out there watching my videos will let me know what doesn't make any sense. You guys will do that for sure. And I'm sure in a really mean, snarky way, because nobody is forgiving on YouTube, right? And then some of you will give me really good ideas about, that I can see how that works, and start helping me work out how to put these two ideas together. So we'll create this groove in consciousness. But meanwhile, at the very beginning of this, it's hard to figure out how to talk about it. And that's kind of one of the ways that we know something's truly new, because there aren't little sayings that go along with it. There's no memes. So let's work on this together. Bringing something like a new vision, a new way of seeing the human being itself, a new way to be a human being. I hope for Native people and non-Native people alike, for people who are deeply studied in non-duality, and for those of us who are just brand new to it. So it will be interesting to see where we go. Meanwhile, do know that it's tough to talk about something that's truly a new idea. That's one of the reasons why we as human beings just get stuck in the same thing over and over and over, and you say the same thing over and over, maybe with a few different words, but end up, kind of going in the same place, stuck in the same paradigm. So how can we really bust out of that in an integral way that's going to be useful to everybody? That's what I'm looking for. Good luck to you. Good luck to me.